Are you in need of a February theme park fix? In this episode we're going to take a look at the theme parks across Europe which are actually properly open in February. Yes, that's the theme parks that are properly open, like fully open, with most of the attractions available. Not the ones that are doing a little event with half the park closed or only a handful of the areas open. We're looking for theme parks that are going all in for February. Of course, in Europe we are truly blessed with some spectacular all year round operating theme park resorts. But these sometimes use the quieter winter months like February to do some maintenance on those signature rides. And so could you be missing out on the big rides if you were to visit at this time of year? Coming up in this episode we're going to cover 10 theme parks across 8 resorts to decide whether or not you should trip it or skip it if you're thinking of that February theme park adventure. Hey, this is Stu for Out and Back Travel. I make videos like this one to help you plan your own theme park travel adventures. If you do find this video helpful in any way, please drop it a like as that really helps me out on YouTube, and please consider subscribing if you want more theme park trip planning content. So after what seems like 50 weeks, January is finally over and we're into February 2024. But what theme park resorts across Europe are actually open in February? And like I say, we're looking for parks that are properly fully open and going full steam. Coming up in this episode then, we're going to visit 10 theme parks across 8 destinations, so you can decide whether or not it's worth visiting during February based on the opening times, available attractions, and whether or not there's anything to hold out for later in the year. So are they worth tripping or skipping? You know the format, let's do it. First up then is the big cheese himself, it's Disneyland Paris Resort. I absolutely adore Disneyland Paris. Oof, j'adore. Without question the most beautiful Disney castle park in the world. The launch of the new Main Street Electrical Sky Parade, which does look so incredible, does have me chomping at the bit to visit. But wait now, hold your horses partner, is February 2024 actually a good time to go? Even in the colder temperature, there are plenty of indoor adventures like Pirates of the Caribbean and Tower of Terror, which is incredible, and the Avengers stuff. Ugh. Disneyland Park is open from 9:30am till 10pm, with Walt Disney Studios Park open from 9:30am to 9pm. So really positive. Those are probably some of the longest operating hours you will find in February. And of course, if you stay at one of the official hotels, you'll get an extra hour in the morning for early park access. However, it's always worth checking that closure and rehab schedule, and unfortunately Big Thunder Mountain is down for the whole of February. Personally for me that's a deal breaker, as that's my favourite ride at the French resort. So with a heavy heart I would skip it. Maybe Big Thunder Mountain isn't a deal breaker for yourself, but at least you have the information to make an informed decision. So staying in France, the next park we're going to is Futuroscope. It's Epcot's French sister from another mister. The brilliantly 90s Futuroscope is filled with lots of simulation attractions which are good for those colder temperatures of February, especially if you ever wanted to ride a toilet through a dark ride. Yep, you can do that here. The park has many simulation attractions such as a flying theatre, the award-winning Tornado Chasers experience, and of course the Objective Mars roller coaster. The park is open daily from the 10th of February with some decent hours, 9:45am to 9:30pm, with a closing nighttime show too. The Futuropolis outdoor area, which is mainly children's flat rides and self-operated rides, is closed due to winter. Some of these have water elements, so it's understandable. As a little bonus, Futuroscope also has some funky accommodation options. Check out their Station Cosmos Hotel if you wanted that galactic star cruiser experience without having to sell your home and organs. For me, this is a trip it. It looks brilliantly bonkers and I'm here for that. Next up then, let's head to the Netherlands. It's Efteling. The Dutch delight Efteling is a magical enchanted fairy tale park, and it certainly suits the snowy, colder temperatures, especially with the indoor attractions like Fata Morgana, Dreamflight and Vogelrok, making it great for visiting in the winter months. And of course, Symbolica has to be one of the greatest dark rides ever. I love that, especially old Winky Whale. Efteling has a lovely website with clear information around opening times for trip planning, with a colour-coded crowd calendar and a schedule for the shows that are going on each day, also the attractions that are closed for planned maintenance. So as we can see in February, Piranha and the Flying Dutchman rides will be down, which we can give a slight pass as it's winter and those are the water rides. But also with Joris and Ravelin being closed too, that's quite a chunk of big hitters down. Joris is actually closed until April the 26th. We can see this page of the website also links to a full schedule of spring closures, and Efteling is great for putting this information out there. For me, it is a skip it. I visited the park in the winter without Ravelin and it was too painful. I would personally hold out for Joris, Ravelin and the Flying Dutchman all reopening for the main season, and the spooky new Danse Macabre is on the horizon too, so it might be worth waiting for that attraction to open in 2024. So now I've offended the whole of the Netherlands by skipping Efteling, let's quickly move on to Toverland. Staying in the Netherlands then, it's everyone's favourite wacky warehouse that got way out of hand. Toverland with its large 2 indoor halls provide great entertainment no matter what the weather is. Outside, if the temperatures allow, you have the Phoenix Wind Coaster and of course the Troy Wooden Coaster headlining the show. The park is open from 10 AM to 6 PM on selected days for their pre-season operating schedule. It seems only the Rapids and the Little Dragon Carousel are closed, with Troy closing from February the 21st onwards. This could be a good option then in early February before Troy closes, especially if you've never explored the park before, so I would trip it. I need to get out there and get on Phoenix, I need the credit, it looks fab. And next up then, it's Plopsaland De Panne. Does this park have some kind of famous spinning coaster? Yeah, Ride to Happiness certainly put this park on the map for coaster enthusiasts. But also don't forget the Wooden Wonder Heidi and the Punchy Anubis too though. That launch, oof. The park is open for selected dates from 10:30 AM to 5:30 PM throughout February. So in theory the rides should all be open, but the website does list the operating conditions. For example, Ride to Happiness can't operate if it's below 6 degrees Celsius. This one then is a trip it. It could be a great option for that February getaway. You just have to hope the weather is on your side. So let's head to some sunnier kind of climates and go to Spain for PortAventura Park. One of the most beautiful theme parks in the world. I really just enjoyed being at this park and walking around and soaking everything in. PortAventura Park is open from Friday the 9th of February to Tuesday the 13th of February. Then it switches to weekends only from the 17th of February onwards. Ferrari Land and the Caribe Aqua Park are both closed, so no Red Force, sorry, and Ferrari Land reopens on the 22nd of March 2024. Now the crowd calendar is predicting low and even 2 very low days, which for PortAventura is very rare to not have the crowds there. From our visits earlier this winter, on the low days of the crowd calendar, we found some staggered openings, attraction closures and limited food offerings. However, it was workable. Now Stampede is currently listed as unavailable on the website. Annoyingly, you have to click each individual attraction page of the website to get this information. So I've clicked through them all for you. So as of time of uploading, Stampede is the only big ride inside PortAventura Park that will be down. This Woody does give a wilder style of ride, so maybe you and your chiropractor might be thankful it's not available, but is this a deal breaker for yourself? Personally for me, this is a skip it. It's a really hard one, especially as the hotels are offering such great value for money at the moment. But I do feel that Ferrari Land adds that little something extra to the PortAventura experience, particularly as it's usually open late into the evening, so it gives you something to do on a night time. And Red Force is such a standout coaster, it would be a shame to see it closed. Is it a deal breaker for you though? Let me know down in the comments, would you trip this? So finally, our last option, I saved you a 2-for-1 deal in Madrid. We're heading to the Spanish capital where you have a cracking pair in your hands. I'm going to put these together for a 2-day trip, as you may as well do them both. The movie action adventure of Park Warner is open from Friday the 23rd to Sunday the 25th of February, and that's 12 PM till 8 PM. And the City Amusement Park, Parque de Atracciones, is open from Thursday the 22nd, so a day earlier than Park Warner, to Sunday the 25th of February, and again 12 PM till 8 PM. So you could definitely do these parks over 2 days. At Parque Warner you have of course got Batman Gotham City Escape, the new roller coaster that opened in 2023 to rave reviews. It certainly looks like an amazing ride, and the park already had a great collection of rides, particularly the terrifying Stuntfall. Still absolutely scares me going up that lift backwards, facing the floor. Ugh. And of course, at Parque de Atracciones, you've got the totally bonkers Abismo, as well as some great flat rides. So it's got to be a tripette. At home in the UK, we have some little squeaker half-term farts of reduced operations here and there. However, we have one park which is going full steam, and that's Paultons Park, and I salute your efforts. It's open selected days from the 10th of February onwards. Most days it's open 10 till 5. However, there are some 10:30 till 4:30 on the quieter days. It's always best to check the calendar. The website very clearly shows us that just the edge, the log flume, and some of the splash areas will be closed, and I think we can live without those unless you're the kind of person that counts a disco as a coaster cred. Don't worry, Paultons Park is not just for kids, there's plenty of fun and adventure for all, and Cyclonator is probably one of the best flat rides in the UK. Roller coaster wise, you've got quite a cool collection, including the fantastic Cobra and the Storm Chaser spinning coaster. So for me, it's a tripette. Amazing effort, Paultons. So that summarises which parks in Europe are attempting to open and go full steam in February. So if you're looking for an adventure at this time of the winter, these are your options. Now, would you have tripped them or skipped them yourself? Do let me know in the comments below if you agree with my views. And have you got any more ideas for where you could go in February? Please do share them down in the comments so we can all learn from each other's experience. That will do it for now, guys. So remember, until next time, stay safe on the way out and back.